Hey scholars, time to talk about point of view. All right, we need to figure out a few things so that we can go on ahead and identify point of view in our readings. Okay, so let's go. All right, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions when you're trying to identify point of view. Question number 1 that I want you to identify is, through whose eyes are you viewing the situation, the scene, or the story? Okay? Question number 2. What can you tell me about that person's opinions, beliefs, and values? And question number 3 that you need to ask yourself in trying to identify point of view is, how do you know the speaker felt that way? Okay, so those are the 3 questions to keep in mind. Those questions will help you to root out and figure out what is the point of view in anything you read. Okay, awesome. All right, so first person point of view. This is probably the easiest one to remember because it's basically I, me, we. The person speaking is talking about themselves alone or themselves with a group of people. All right, you're normally going to see this in things like narratives or in autobiographies. So let me give you an example. I decided to record videos for my students to help them get through the rest of the school year. First person point of view. If I were writing a book about everything that's going on right now, and I was talking about what I was doing during this time of the coronavirus and all of the social distancing and the quarantining, I could say that I did this, I did that, okay? Or I could say we as a class, okay? So I could say we had to work together online at the end of the school year because everyone was quarantined and had to stay home. All right? First person point of view. Easy peasy, right? All right. Second person point of view, you guys. That's going to be you, your, and yours. Okay? In the text, you will see you, your, and yours. Okay? That's going to be in things like business writing, technical writing, directions, song lyrics, like your favorite rap. Okay? It's going to be in speeches, it's going to be in advertising, whether that advertising is in print, on TV, on the radio, on the internet, doesn't matter. We're talking second person point of view. Okay? Let's give you an example. You can change your life with a single decision. Your life can be changed with a single decision. The decision was yours. All of those are second person point of view. Perfect. I think you guys got it, right? Awesome. Okay, third person point of view. This one's going to take a little longer. Just bear with me. We're going to get it. All right, third person point of view. He, she, it, they. These are the things that you're going to see in terms of describing or talking about people. He, she, it, they. And it may not just be people, it could be organizations, things like that, because we're going to see this mostly in academic writing and in fiction, okay? So let's have an example. Like if we're talking about, and let's see, I don't know, an academic one, because I'm writing a paper right now in my grad class where I'm speaking of an organization. So I'm often referring to the organization, and I'm going to just say organization XYZ must be concerned about the threats from this country, therefore it must do its own research. Okay? So, that was just a simple example of using it, right? Now, maybe you're reading a newspaper article. That could even be a thing, okay? Or it could be a story. It doesn't matter in this case. If we're talking about third person and we're using he or she, let's say maybe you are reading a story about a famous football player, right? And this is a fiction story, it's made up, but they're saying, he was one of the greatest players in all of the history of the NFL. Third person, super easy, right? Okay, guys, you're doing great, but look, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. But I promise you, we've got this. We've got it. So let's talk now about third person. And now this word is a little tricky. You can say either omniscient or omniscient. Either one is correct. It depends on who you are as to how you say it, where you're from, different things. Different people say it differently, but it's the same word. So don't get stressed out about that weird word in front of you when you see it, okay? It doesn't matter. You can say it either way, which is more comfortable for you. See, even teachers get tongue-tied, and that wasn't even a hard word. All right, so let's go. Limited omniscient is where the narrator, the person telling the story, only really knows everything about one person, knows how that person feels, what they're doing, what they're thinking. All right? Now, in the case of omniscient, when we are talking about completely, totally, 100% omniscient, not limited, all right? That means that the person telling the story knows what all the characters are doing, what all the characters are thinking, what all the characters are feeling. All right? So, hopefully that helps you as far as figuring out how to identify point of view in your upcoming assignments. Just remember, you cannot eat the whole elephant in one bite. Take it slowly. You've got this. Let's go.